Hi and welcome to another LRCC Soundbite. Did you have pancakes last Tuesday? I wonder what your favourite topping is. Personally, I tend to stick with the traditional lemon and sugar, but there was cream and bananas and all sorts of other things going on in this house. Now, it might well be known as Pancake Day, but in the church, it happens because the next day marks the beginning of a special time of prayer and reflection, a time called Lent. Lent is a period of 40 days, which before Easter starts on Ash Wednesday, which this year was on the 2nd of March, and ends the day before Easter, April the 16th. Now, before you message me to say you can't count, Ian, yes, I know that's 46 days. It's because we don't count Sundays in the numbers. Now, there's a mirror of this period in Jesus' life, this time of 40 days of reflection. Although it didn't begin with pancakes, and it was a bit harder than what we generally do in Lent. I've been telling stories about Jesus that were written down in the Bible by a guy called Luke over the last few weeks. What Luke tells us is that immediately after Jesus was baptised, he went off into the desert. If you want to hear about the baptism bit, I told that one on the 30th of January, so you could always go back and have a listen to that one if you missed it. So anyway, off goes Jesus, filled with power from God, and spent 40 days in the desert. He never ate anything, and to top it all off, he was tested by the devil throughout this time. There are 3 temptations recorded for us that give an insight into aspects of what was going on. As time went on, Jesus was of course hungry. Who wouldn't be? The devil said to Jesus, "If you are God's son, turn these stones into bread." So Jesus quoted from the ancient writings of the prophets back to the devil. He said, "No one can live on only food." So the devil tried again. Taking Jesus to a place where they could see the whole world, the devil offered to give Jesus everything if Jesus would only worship him. Again, Jesus quoted the ancient books and said, "Worship and serve God only." By now, the devil's getting the idea that Jesus is going to quote from the old books, so he tries the same. Taking Jesus to the highest point on the temple in Jerusalem, he told Jesus to jump off, because the writings say this: God will send his angels to catch you. Jesus straight away said back, "They also say, don't test God." In many other ways, the devil tried to tempt Jesus into doing something wrong, but failed every time, eventually leaving him alone after that 40-day period. So, through this story, I think Jesus reminds us of 3 key things. First, physical things are not enough to sustain us forever. We need God. We need to be fed in our spirit as well as our body. Second, don't put anyone or anything above God. It's just not worth it. Whatever people may say, or whatever things you might think about how it might bring fame, fortune, happiness, it never will. Not ultimately. And third, on the day when God asks you to take a step of faith for him, then yes, his angels will catch you every time. But don't try to do it on your own, or just to try it out, because that time you'll be on your own. We're all tempted to do things that we know we shouldn't all the time. Sometimes we're strong and resist, other times we fail. But God is always there to pick us up and to forgive us. Maybe if you get a few minutes this week, why not reflect on something you can do to change for the better? And then, why not ask God to help you? God bless. I'll see you next week.